Hello, welcome to West Enemy Sims. My name is Kelvin and how are you doing? And in this video, we are continue to rate all the lots in Bluewater Village from Sims 2 Open for Business Expansion Pack. Now, if you have missed part 1 of this series, I have the link down below as well as the playlist of all the other neighborhoods I've rated before. So let's get started by rating all the community lots in Bluewater Village. Now, our first community lot we are going to look into is 123 plus gym. Okay, we have this pretty long lot over here. So zoom in a little bit. Let's check out this side of the lot where first of all we have this entry front desk area. We have a ticket machine and we have a computer and table and the front desk over here and some lounge area. Not a fan of the carpet being yellow and then soft white. Not a good match at all. We have these changing rooms at both sides, the male and female bathrooms, and we have a swimming pool and a hot tub. Not so sure why we need a blue bench at the back there. And this whole thing is connected to a awning, and also there is a bar and back over there. Check out over the other side of the lot. We have some exercise machines. Nothing much. Not really a fan of the wallpaper. They love this kindergarten style red, yellow, and blue. And also a stereo with empty space for simple over there. Let's check out from the outside. I don't really like the boxy layout, and they used mansard roofing, which is a odd choice to me, and the awning doesn't look really matching with the roofing so far. Okay, not a great start for Bluewater Village. I sort of think this is just not a really good design overall, but it just serves a good purpose of being a gym. So as a start, I'm going to give this lot just a 6. Our next lot is Amelia's Closet. So we're going to have a boutique over here. At first glance, I think the entryway looks interesting, diagonally cut. Thought the lounge area looks pretty nice with the really modern sofa set and some clothing racks as usual. On the top here with the platform, we have these sculptures over here. I presume they're supposed to be mannequins, but I don't think mannequins were around in open for business, so they only have in H&M. At the back there, we have a nice little pantry area. There's no stove, so I think they allow employees to have some snacks and light meals. So upstairs will be the changing room area with more lounge area and a mirror. So far the coloring looks pretty cohesive. I'm not going to complain much. Okay, from the outside, I do like the flowers surrounding the tree, and the roofing is definitely not not a fan of the roofing. The roofing feels a bit too steep, a bit too much for me. I would rather have it a little bit more lower angle. It's too steep. I don't know, it just looks too weird. So far, this is a way better lot. I like the coloring, the cohesive design. Just that the roof is not a great choice. That's the only downside of it. But overall, it looks pretty cohesive in terms of coloring. So I'm going to give this lot a 9. Our next lot is Bluewater Baths and Salon. So we have a spa or a wellness center over here. So as well as a salon as we enter into the lot. Before this, you see this pretty nicely landscaped in front for trees and area. And we can see the salon area over here. A wood like to have more mirrors at the back or facing the mirror. The chairs should be facing the mirror instead. Really like the color of blue and beige, kind of a yellow. Looks pretty to me. In the center courtyard, oh, I like the fencing. Okay. Giving privacy, but just enough to see what's inside. I have a little lake, a lot of flowers, and a little grill area. And at the back, we can see there are two hot tubs at the back. I'm assuming these will be gender segregated, but I don't think so because the doors are just regular doors. But it's okay, we don't need to have segregated by gender to work. But if you want to, you can replace the doors and bathrooms at the corner. Looking from the outside, I really like the whole outlook. The center tree sticks out really well as a very natural looking lot with awnings at the back as well the front area with a nice roofing at the back. Okay, overall the lot looks really nice. I think it's one of the best lots in Bluewater Village. So the landscape is good, the design is cohesive, the overall look looks pretty interesting. I'm going to give this lot an actual 10. Our next lot is Bluewater Real Estate Office. So we actually have a office kind of a lot. It's actually, you can use it as a real estate sales kind of their office. So it seems can buy deeds of community lots. So this looks pretty nice. But look inside, I think there is a front lobby area, the front desk with a cashier, bookshelves and counters for display. A corner there we have a toilet, and at the back there we have like manager or some room. I do like the navy blue and dark wood colors. It's pretty nice. And at the back there we have a fenced up area with a grill and dining room set for eating. Looks pretty nice. And I just noticed the floor tiles around the lot is a nice look. Let's check out from the outside. Definitely has a more interesting layout in terms of roofing. It's very well landscaped, a lot of trees, a lot of the terrain paint being used nicely with a darker shade grass. Okay, this lot doesn't serve much purpose unless you are going to make it into a business lot that sells real estate deeds or anything else. But I really like the whole outlook and the design of this lot, so I'm going to give this lot an 9. Our next lot is Club Dante. This lot is owned by Malcolm Landgrab IV, so we have to ask Malcolm to come over here check out this lot. Okay, heading from the inside, we have a ticketing machine. That's the front area. Over here we have a bar area. I'm not so sure about the coloring and design of the bar area, and as well as we have a pantry over here. No windows, which is odd. And back here we have more seating area. Center, there's a TV room. In this corner over here, the bathrooms are at. Not a fan of any of the floor tiles and wallpaper they chose. The bathrooms, they're all really matched. And over here we have a dance floor area with a stereo and some more seating areas, as well as some pinball machines. Okay, looking from the outside, it's not pretty pleasing, although it's just not a big block of box. At least not really a fan of the outside. Okay, this lot is leaving a lot to be desired. It just proves that Malcolm Landgrab doesn't really have good taste. But it functions well as a club. I would say a bit more interesting design would have helped. So I'm going to give this lot a 7. Our next lot is Contempo Moderne. Okay, we have a sort of a shop lot area. At the first thing I've noticed, they don't really use a lot of color, only red, white, and black, which is a good choice. I would say limit your colors. Schemes actually help you to design a more consistent and layout and design. And we have some blocks and some display over here, and some cash register at the back there. We have some lounge area and bathroom. I would say the bathroom looks a little bit too wide. We can fit in at least like one more stall, make it more functional to fill it up with space. Upstairs we have some barbecue area and a lounge and a set, also keeping with the red, black and white kind of a theme going on. Outside, it's a bit of a blocky look. I think it fits the modern outlook with flat roofs, blocky layout, although I would change it up a bit in terms of layout. Alright, this is a pretty solid take on modern styles, not using too much color to use on making things not matching at all. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. So definitely I would, it's not a decent 8. Our next lot is Cover Me Clothing. Okay, we have another boutique over here. The first thing I noticed is the checkerboard tiling at the outside. Really nice. I love and appreciate it. Also, they kind of use mainly red, black and white. Again, a really good choice to limit only to three colors. That will make your builds a bit more consistent. Bathrooms at this corner with clothing rack, and over here there's more clothing racks, and I just noticed we have dressing room areas that is split according to genders. And it's interesting, most of the time I use walls as bathrooms only. Okay, looking from the outside, it does remind me of some of the lots in downtown area, but looks a little bit more casual looking. I do notice the bump ins to leave space for columns. That is a nice touch. Nice little touch of trees as landscape, and then a glass roof awning as a front door and feature. Okay, generally this lot has a lot of potential. I really like design. They keep up colors into just only 3. That is always welcome. So I'm going to give this lot a 9. Our next lot is Electronics Supercenter, which is also owned by Malcolm Landgrab. So I'm asking Malcolm to come over here by taxi, and lo and behold, we have this nice, interesting looking entryway with sliding doors in there. And we can see we have a shelf for to sell games. Over here we have some stereos, and inside has more stereos. We have a pinball machine at the middle of the hallway, which I don't really like it at all. That it blocks very frequently, especially we have bathrooms at just next to the pinball machine. So yeah, not a good place to put in when there's a lot of hype around. And we have a lot set of TVs and more games and magazine racks at the back. Also, we have a grill and some seating area to eat. Okay, from the outside also, just flat, but little bumps here and there to make it less obvious that it's a big box. I do appreciate the use palm trees as a landscaping tree. Okay, this lot is again not the best lot, especially owned by a rich household like Malcolm. Yes, this is just not really, doesn't look really. So I'm going to give this lot 7. Our next lot is Here or Else Grocery. Okay, we have again a pretty consistent lot coloring with yellow as golden yellow as the wallpaper as well as the in floor tiles, and it actually matches really well with the shelves and the pieces of around the same color scheme, and the bathroom at the back over here. And we notice we have a dart table, a dart board, and a grill and some seat area at the sides. So this lot is minimally landscaped, but it serves a purpose as a more urban looking lot. From the outside, it's interesting they put rail a half wall in just in front of the store as like a sign of sorts, and they finish it off with a metal fencing. And yeah, not really a fan of the triangular windows. That doesn't look really matching to me, especially they use red models. We actually have stairs access to the rooftop, but there's nothing up there to do unless you want to change it up and have something on it. Overall, this lot is a pretty decent lot as a grocery store. I also noticed they actually made one entrance as the entryway and another as the exit. And that shows that it's having a one traffic flow for the shop. So I'm going to give this lot 7. Our next lot is Hunter's Park. Okay, we have first park in Bluewater Village. So the one half of the lot is covered with pond. I noticed there is actually a spin, rattle, and roll. It's actually a craftable item from the toy bench. I think that you need to use in order to make it happen to place in community lots. You have the grill and the chess piece set. A lot of trees around, like the floor tiles and pathways that go to other places. A gazebo in the center. At the lake, there we have bathrooms, and I do appreciate they actually fence up the trees, like in a lot of parks. Okay, this lot is pretty well landscaped, I must say, but I do feel that the part that has lake should have more trees to balance it out. Otherwise, it looks pretty bare, just a lake on one side and a lot of trees on the other side. But this part, it looks pretty nice and decent, so I'm going to rate this lot an 8. Our final community lot we are going to look into in this video is Inner Child's Toys and Gifts. So we have our first toy store. So at quick glance, the red color scheme is pretty bright and nice, with paired up with green shelving, which reminds me a lot about Christmas at this color scheme. And then at the back there, we have the toy bench area right after the cash register. Although I don't think the wallpaper should be this grand. And on the other corner will be the bathroom. I also have a pinball machine on this side, and also the wallpaper actually in purple diamonds, which is interesting. I think it matches well with the green, not so much with the red, I think. But it does pull off the whole look pretty okay. So from the outside, I do like the whole balcony look with an old style blue-gray wallpaper. But I think it looks more like a farmhouse than a store to me. So generally this lot is pretty good, I would say. I don't think the color schemes really match with the fun fits would actually attract to, because a little bit on the darker side instead of make it bright lively. So this overall I do like this lot as well. So I'm going to give this lot a 7. Okay, here are the scores for this part of Bluewater Village. What do you guys think? Please leave me a comment. Generally, I think we have stepped up from the residential lot so far. There's a lot of pretty good builds. So I hope the next half of the community lots will be just as good. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to West Enemy Sims for more updates on retro Sims content. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the final part of Bluewater Village, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye!